is example 1 of lesson 3.6, mixed one-step equations, which means that we are solving all 4 operations now. Not at the same time, but one at a time. And once again, we are given phrases from which we need to write problems. In this case, they are equations, not expressions. The difference being that equations have equal signs. I will tell you right now that the word you are looking for when trying to find an equal sign is, well, is. When you see is, that's an awful I, is, think equals. Just like of means, and my pen is throwing a tissy fit, means multiply. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my goodness, my computer is throwing a tissy fit. Okay. Now that we're functional again. So let's start with this one here. The sum of a number x and 7 is 32. So what do we already know? We have a number x, so x, and we have 7 is, and I just said is means equals 32. The only thing we have missing is our operation, but we know our operation because we have this word here. Sum is the answer to an addition problem. So we have x plus 7 equals 32. Now, this being an addition problem, we are going to solve it using subtraction. We want to get this x by itself. It needs to be all by itself, so we need to get rid of this plus 7. In order to get rid of the plus 7, we need to minus 7. Subtract 7 from both sides. All we have left on the left-hand side is x equals 7. 32 minus 7 is 25. And for this expression, this equation, x equals 25. Let's do the next one. A number y divided by 4 is 13. Well, we have a number y. We have divided by, okay, so that's division. Divided by what? Divided by 4. Notice I wrote it like this. Equals is 13. All right. Now I have a division problem. So how do I undo division? By multiplying. And I want to get rid of that 4, so the y is by itself. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. Okay, these two cancel. And now we have 13 times 4, which I believe we just discovered was 52 in the last example, or in a previous video. Y equals 13 times 4. 13 times 4, just to double check. 12, 5. Yep, 52. Y divided by 4 equals 13. 52 divided by 4 equals 13. Y equals 52. Moving on. 10 less than a number b is 25. So 10 less than a number b. This is going to be the only kind of problem that division and subtraction are the two that you have to pay attention to, what's being subtracted from what. 10 less than a number b. So we're taking away 10 from another number. So b is going to go first. Minus 10 is, which means equals 25. Now this is a subtraction problem. We want to get that b by itself, so we need to undo that subtraction by adding. And since we want to get rid of the 10, we're going to add 10 to both sides. These two cancel. I'm left with b on this side and 35 on this side. b equals 35. Last one. The product of a number p and 8 is 20. All right, so I've got p and 8 is 20. So something equals 20. Something equals 20. Something and p equals 20. p and 8. What am I doing? Well, product is the answer to a multiplication problem. So it looks like we're doing 8 times p, and I'm writing it like this. because I prefer this way. You can do 8 times p or 8 times p. And on a computer, you would do 8 times p, as long as you do not do this. Do not do that, because that just looks like 8 times x times p, and that's not what we want. So we have a multiplication problem, which means we need to undo that multiplication to get that p by itself. And how do we undo multiplication? By dividing. And we want to get that p by itself, which means we need to get rid of that 8. We're going to get rid of the 8 by dividing by 8 on both sides. These 8's cancel, leaving me with just p on this side, which equals 20 divided by 8. Let's divide them both by 4. That gives me 5 over 2, which I know equals 2 1/2, or 2.5 if you used a calculator for 20 divided by 8. That's it. Determine what your expression is, what operation you're using, and what operation you need to undo. If you have an addition problem, you're going to subtract. If you have a multiplication problem, you're going to divide. If you have a division problem, you're going to multiply. And if you have a subtraction problem, you're going to add. And that's algebra, guys.